You're now listening to Alien Selection.
Alien Selection.
Alien Selection. DJs from Mars.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monza. This wet and wild qualifying session. Alright, Path. I'm glad you love it. Welcome to Monza in this wet and wild qualifying session we have going for y'all today. Everyone's getting their wet setups ready, trying to nail down Monza and their garages. But first, let's take a flying lap with, it looks like Selimonitor is going to be the first out of the garage. Yes, he is. All right, let's go take a flying lap with Selimonitor. You didn't get an invite. Did you say that you're going to be? Message somebody, he may get you just a invite in. That's weird. Actually, you know, we got a McLaren GearX up first. So let's go on board with GearX as he takes us on a flying lap. Monza's all about top speed and fast corners and also heavy braking here. We see GearX braking for chicane number 2 into Lesmo 1 and 2. These two corners banked and are really hard to control your car on the exit, and going in the perfect exit is the key to a good lap or the key to disaster on the inside wall. Onto the first DRS zone on this long straight, coming into Ascari. Famous left, right, left chicane as we shoot onto the back straight. No DRS for this, because you need all that downforce for Parabolica, which is coming up right next. See GearX messing with the wheel just a little bit as he enters Parabolica. Downshifts up, down to 5th. Oh, has to counter steer a lot to keep the car on straight as he goes onto the straight. Alright, GearX, show him what you got. Heavy on the brakes going into turn 1. Keeping it clean and everything. What the? I don't think I can invite you, buddy. Sorry. You have to ask Aegis for one of them, because I'm not actually know how this works. So about technical difficulties, we are back in the wet. Intermediate runnings with on GearX's flying lap. It was that small rooster tail we see from him looking sexy as hell as he enters Ascari. But let's get off of GearX for a second and go on to the Mercedes AMG F1 driver, official F1 series signing, but he's driving for Haas today. Formula Danny right behind, sitting in the wake of the Red Bull. Formula Danny leading the championship after a dominant win last race. Let's go on to GearX, see what he goes. Out of Parabolica, sets a 1:30.344. Formula Danny, what is he going to answer with? Oh, does not get a lap in, as Sound Ace takes a new pole of a 1:30.316. So Formula Danny didn't get a time. Heavy on the brakes, actually locks up just a little bit. Did he get a corner cutting warning and a invalidated lap? Or is this the lap? Otherwise, we're going to stay on Formula Danny right now. No, he's out at that lap. Let's go on board. Some idiot as he enters Parabolica. Some idiot not the most confident going into today's race. But he said he'll give it his all. So he sets up a 6th place lap. Let's go on board with Dave Gaming. Dave entering Parabolica. Driving for Renault. Midway through the season, join for him. His car is getting a little back happy, but he keeps it in there. And comes across the line for not a time. So we're going to stay on Dave Gaming for a little bit. As Dave moves his car through what looks to be the first Lesmo and approaching the second Lesmo. Sitting in P12 with no time set. Danny, Tolga, and Fulton are all in the pit, so he's the only car out currently. As Monster sits up in pole position with 129.569. Now, the quite big lockup from Dave actually going into there. Tail happy, got to counter steer all that, keep his car straight and focused. Avoids calamity through a Scary. Hopefully he does not ruin his lap right there. Full speed throughout Parabolica. He is not going to pits. This is going to be a lap that counts. What is it, Dave? It doesn't count? There's Path. It looks like Path has come out of the garage, but I don't think they will. But I don't think they will be able to get his car out on track for qualifying, so Path will be starting from the back in today's race as Dave is trying to limp his car back to the pits and go for another run with 5 minutes to go. It's also someone giving it another go. It's Formula Danny. Or Dave could have gotten a lap in, but we're going to switch over to Dave, see if he can get in the lap before time expires. Yes, he's had 2 goes today. I think both times he's attempted a Scary. There may have been some corner kill. Let's go on board with Dave. He's riding the curbs just a little bit too much. Loses it, but saves it. So it looks like running on that inside curb may ruin a lap for Dave right there. He's got to go into the pits. He has to go into the pits right now. It's literally Tokyo drifting it around Parabolica. It stays out. Dave Ironmaning it into P4. The 130.191. Great lap from Dave Gaming. Finally. But somebody looking for a great lap. His first lap is Formula Danny. That championship leader still pushing his way, going for record poles in a season. So Alvaro's back with us. Let's go on board with Formula Danny on his flying lap. Formula Danny has got off the throttle for some reason. I believe he's not happy with that lap or may have been invalidated, so he's going to go for a reset. I also realized that he did not open up his DRS wing going into Ascari, so hopefully take 2 on that. Yeah, his lap was invalidated as he was going through Ascari, riding on those curbs. So Formula Danny with 1 minute 33 left has 2 laps maybe in him before he starts. Before he has to sit in a position. But speaking of somebody sitting in a good position, we have Monster in pole. Currently, provisional pole by 0.3 seconds to Gearx. Monster driving fast. This is definitely a track that he likes. Let's go over to Gearx and the McLaren. Going into his car. Let's look at his line. Heavy on the curbs. That's definitely a lap invalidation. But he will have time for another one. Almost all 4 wheels off the track on that inside curb. We'll see if that was a lap invalidation. He's definitely pushing it, trying to get into that pole position. Oh, that was not invalidated. Alright. Great pole from Gearx as Merrick answers him and hops into second place, but Formula Danny takes pole from everyone of a 129.103. The times are coming down as the track is getting more worn. Well, with 2 seconds left, will Formula Danny answer it, or will Gearx take it back? It's gonna go right down to the end. You see Gearx hopping all over those curbs as Fulton has come into third place at 129.357. 1,000th of a second, no, 100th of a second between them. Yes. Great lap from Fulton. Looking like a Gearx through Ascari. Definitely on that flying lap of his. Formula Danny is behind him if he needs to answer. Parabolica lightning fast, a little bit tail happy, but keeps it in line. Gearx comes across the line. No pole for him. Let's go over to Danny, see if he has to answer or see if he's going to cruise to the end. Danny! What? Is not only improved by half a second, but completely demolishes the entire field with that lap. Great lap by Formula Danny, over almost half a second faster than his original time. So here's your qualifying session results. Formula Danny, Merritt, Gearx, Fulton, Monster, Burtank, Dave Gaming, Silent Ace, the Pride of Spain Adersife, Some Idiot, Tolka, the German Armada Ava, Sally Martyr at the end, Marco S4, and Path starting at the rear. I'm very excited for this race coming up right now. I hope you guys are too. Remember, if y'all want me to cover a certain driver throughout the race, just tell me their name in chat. If you're watching on YouTube, when this is re-uploaded, this is not live for you, but this is a recording, and I hope you guys join us live whenever we have our races. Link is in the description. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe. This is the first time I've ever said that. And it looks like we're going to have a dry race, so strategies are going to be wild and fast. Lap time is going to go really far down, but it's going to be one interesting race for y'all. I hope you guys are ready, as certainly I am, as all the drivers are getting ready for this race. All right, all the drivers are ready for the formation lap. See everyone getting ready. We see Path in the back. Path and Alvaro actually both started from the rear after their incidents of getting in. But enough about them. Let's go look. A little traffic jam going on at turn 1, so that may so that may be a very interesting turn 1. But before that, let's go look at the current leaderboard of the F1 Rapid Racers Championship. We have Formula Danny leading it all with Alan behind. Alan not here today for personal reasons, but his replacement of Adrian starting in 9th place is Adrian has not been in the F1 Rapid Racers Esports Series in the longest of times, but he is proud to take Alan's space and help him out today. So thank you, Adrian, for making this really help out the Mercedes team. In 3rd place is Monster, but he's starting from 5th today. A little bit points down, but up at 4th is Gearx, who is looking on a charge to take 3rd place from Monster. Been looking up on a good spots for all that time as they have returned to the front of the grid. They've actually just hot lapped it while everyone's still going. Behind him in the championship and on the grid is Fulton. So I can't wait for this race. I hope you guys are ready. Let's get this leaderboard out of here and get ready to get racing. What's up, Ants Maz? Ants Maz? I know I'm bad at saying names, but come on, man. All right, let's get ready to get going. We're looking up the grid from, I believe this is Adrian perspective. Let's go over to Monster. Middle of the fact, 5 red lights. And away we go for the F1 Rapid Racers. Round 12 Grand Prix here at Monza. Lots of moves. Salmon Ace moving up. Tolga moving up. Selly Martin moving up. Fulton makes a move on the inside. It's 3 wide going into turn 1. Heavy on the brakes for everyone. Is there contact? Yes, a lot of contact. Fulton. Merrick has spun Fulton. Fulton doing donuts in the middle of the track. Big loss for Fulton. Losing 12th place, and he's hit the wall. Tough race for Fulton. Let's take a look out front as Formula Day is running away with Gearx leading the pack right behind. Silent Ace and Burtek going on. There's tons of cars. The back we're going on board with Tolga. Tolga defending on the inside from a charging Renault. We see Fulton has retired from the race after that turn 1 incident. Tough for Fulton. All these cars chasing after Danny, who is already 2 seconds ahead after that amazing start. Let's go over to our biggest leader, which is Silent Ace. Silent Ace moved up 5 positions, but not as much as Tolga. Tolga has moved up 6 positions from the start, and he's looking to make it a 7 as he's chasing down Burtank. But someone else looking for a move is Dave Gaming on the inside of Andrew Seif. Can he make that move stick? Yes, he can. They're side by side, having a little drag race going down to Monza. Who's going to break the latest? This is great racing happening right here, and it's lap 2. Heavy on the brakes, Dave Gaming locks up, goes wide. Andrew Seif goes around the outside. They touch a little bit, but Andrew Seif keeps the position. Great defending by Adrian Seif. Dave went really hard on the brakes, locked up, and did not get it. Let's go on board with Tolga. Tolga's looking like he is in a fight with Burting as Path has left the session. What has happened, Path? We may get a radio message from him very soon. Tolga chasing down Burting. Tolga looking for position number 7. But also Merrick behind Tolga, so this may be an interesting 3-way battle going on. Merrick and the Haas looking really aggressive going into his Scar, but he's not going to make a move. three-way draft going down the back straight. That Haas is looking really slippy in that slipstream going around Parabolica. No moves being made by any of them. Actually, Bertank looks to be going very wide as Formula A says a 1:23.613. It's a new fast lap on the soft tires. Toga on the super soft tires. Let's take a look at the tire strategy. We got soft, soft, super soft, soft, super soft, 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 super soft, 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 super soft, soft, super soft, medium, medium. If you count how many times I say soft, congrats, because I have no how many ideas I said soft. Alright, peace out, ants. You have a good day. You can catch this race on YouTube. As Silent Ace has started to close in on second place of Gearx. He is on the faster tires as he's entering Lesmo 1. Closing that gap under a second into Lesmo 2. Will DRS be enabled for him? Yes, it is. See that flap opening. He's closing right in. He's become a silent missile. He closes in on Gearx. Speaking of missiles, let's go over to Merrick. Merrick falling down a little bit, but still going to try to close in on Tolga, who is closing in on Bertank. Looks like selling him a dummy for Parabolica, but getting set up for the main event on the main straight as Formula A sets another fast lap of 1:23.590. See Tolga going for an inside move, but Bertank is lining himself up on the inside. Will Tolga make a move from long, long way? No, he can't, but he does close that gap very close. Front wing to gearbox right there. As Silent Ace is still closing down on Gearx. Half a second was chopped away in that one lap. And he looks ready to go. Let's go back to the fight between Tolga and Bertank. A Toro Rosso between the Red Bull. He opens up DRS. Will there be a move to go into Ascari? On board with Tolga. Will there be a late move going to Ascari? No, there wouldn't. He's not that crazy. He gets a 3-second tire penalty for going across the line. Losing it just a little bit. That's not going to help his exit speed as Bertank going to run away with it down the front straight. Back straight. But Merrick, you see him in the background, chasing up on Tolga. So Formula Danny sets another fastest lap. Thank you, Danny. DRS for Tolga and VP as they are chasing down Bertank. Looks like Merrick's going for a move on the inside on Tolga. Side by side going into the first chicane. And it looks like Tolga's going to defend that well. But they were not expecting, he was not expecting Merrick to make that move right there. Let's go on board with Merrick. So they're fighting. Soft versus super soft. Merrick going around the outside. Lining up for the second chicane. Big puff of smoke from Bertank. There's contact made. And Tolga gets pushed off track on the exit of that chicane. And now he has to deal with the Pride of Spain, Andrew Seif, as he chases down Tolga. Tolga threw up the hand of frustration on that overtake from Merrick, but Merrick got past Tolga as he now tries to chase down Bertank. I believe the super soft tires are now falling off just a little bit because the soft tires are pulling away and defending on the super softs. Monza's not really known for its high tire wear, so this could be interesting as we have a message from Path. My connection was so bad today, don't know why. That's because of it. I was pretty dangerous. Alright. Path avoiding miseries for others so we don't have any teleporting aliens going on. Speaking of aliens, Mr. Phaser, also known as Tolga, Doesn't seem to be phasing through any walls today. It looks like they got rid of the UFO infestation in that Toro Rosso garage, so good for them. Still probably the craziest highlight I've seen of Tolga going through all the walls in Hungary. Go watch that on the clip section of Twitch. Great times. But Tolga chasing down Merrick as Merrick's chasing down Bertank. Merrick in the Haas was leading the very first race of the season until a unfortunate incident where his tire popped with 2 laps to go in Bahrain. Tough race for Merrick, and he's never had a winning chance opportunity since, and he's looking to get that today. But that's if Formula Danny has some tremendous accident, but with him 5 seconds in the lead of everyone, I don't believe that will happen. Formula Danny has just been on an absolute roll this entire season. So we're going to go back to his teammate Merrick in that 3-way battle for 4th place with Bertank and Tolga. Once again, a lot of blue smoke popping out of Bertank's brakes as Merrick is gaining into Lesmo 1. Goes onto the inside curve, trying to find a way around Bertank, but leaving a lot of space so he doesn't hit the Red Bull. Going to open up DRS. Will there be a move going into Ascari? He's gaining a lot of ground on that back wing open. Not going to make a move, but he's going to get even closer to Bertank. Keep the pressure up on that Red Bull. Goes really wide, but does not lose any speed from that as he is now chasing in his wake. Speaking of someone chasing, Tolga's falling back in a second on that back straight into Parabolica. Merrick hard on the gas, closing in as Bertank, I thought he was going to the pits right there, is already defending on the inside. Merrick opens up DRS, looking for the outside move, may make a late move. Bertank does not deciding where he's going into turn 1 as Merrick's not going to make a move, but gaining lots of ground. Will he get him on the exit? No, he doesn't. This is great racing for these two. It looks like Merrick is going around the outside. That long right-hander there, side by side. Into chicane 2, and he gets him. As we see Bertank going off the curb, as he is now getting overtaken by Tolga. He's lost 2 positions in 1 corner. To Merrick's aggressive overtake for P4. Great overtake by Merrick. Now Bertank is looking to chase him down and chase Tolga down. These three are going to look to be battling all day. Speaking of another battle, let's go on to the Renault of Dave Gaming as he's chasing down the Pride of Spain, Ader Seif. Dave also in a 3-way battle with Monster. It's actually a 4-way battle with Selimaner coming up at the rear. So they're side by side as Monster actually gets the overtake, but Dave Gaming pushes him off, and Selimaner also gets the overtake as well. Side by side, but Selimaner holds him off going into the second chicane. You see Dave hopping all over the curbs into the gravel a little bit. That's going to hurt his exit speeds. You see Monster chasing down all 4 of these cars in this battle. Let's go on to Bertank and Tolga and Ascari. All these guys are in one massive fight from 6th, 5th to 12th, everyone, no, 5th to 11th, 5th to 10th. All 5 of these guys are in one massive battle, all within a second. It's crazy fight in the midfield. As Tolga, Bird Tank looking for a move on Tolga. Tolga defending that nicely. Will there be a move from anyone else? No, there isn't. But there is a move from Sellymoner. Going on the inside, so we see Dave losing his grip on that exit as he's lost that place to Sellymoner. Saw that in the back. So we're looking back onto Monster. Monster going around the outside. He's on the inside now. Second chicane. Dave hops onto the brakes and they're both off. Monster has gone to the wall. Dave has set off. They're going to hit again. No, they don't. What a big incident for these two. They almost hit again going into Lesmo 1. Side by side into Lesmo 2. Monster gets the overtake, but they're going to be... Monster has DRS as Dave has the better exit. It's going to be a drag race going into Ascari. What are we watching? As both of them get multiple warnings for that time penalty. Let's go on board with Bird Tank as they settle that out. We actually have our first pitter, and the leaders, it's Silent Ace. Silent Ace on the super soft tires, lap 11 out of 27. Let's go watch the stop. He's going on to the soft tires. We also have Dave in the pits as well. Don't see any damage, but he wants to create a gap to Monster, so he's looking for the long run for that Renault. And his car has disappeared and pulled a Houdini. Oh, there it is. And presto, there's the Renault. Crappy joke aside, let's go on to our leader, Formula Danny. He's now getting news that people are going to the pits, but they're on the super soft tires, and he is on the soft tires. Super soft tires are lasting 11 laps out of 27, so do some quick maths. I say around lap 18 is when we should start seeing the leaders on the soft tires pits. So lap 18, keep that in mind. He still has a few more laps to go until he switches on to the super soft tires. But speaking of somebody on the super soft tires, he's getting overtaken around the outside as he goes into pits. Bird Tank gets the overtake on Tolga. Let's take a look at Tolga's pits. Tolga's been in that battle all day. Hopefully this pit stop will help him out in the long run. So it looks like he is going on the soft tires. No super soft tires left on the track currently. Let's go on board with the Pride of Spain. So it looks like as he looks to be chasing down Bird Tank. Into Lesmo 1 and 2. Almost half a second down. Bird Tank trying to pull away from the Pride of Spain, but the Pride of Spain is experienced. One of the most experienced members. Just been taken off this season for family reasons, but he is back for this race. Going into Ascari. You see Sellymoner chasing down these two. Sitting in that wake. This looks like to be the battle for a few more laps till Adrian sees a chance. But Bird Tank is pulling away outside Parabolica. Keeping it clean through first chicane. This fight is still going on out of the second Lesmo. Adrian trying to close in on Bertank. He does have DRS open and is chasing him down. Around Parabolica, Adesai making up some ground just a little bit as Tolga gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Looks like he has cut Ascari. Adesai making up some ground going into the first turn. Through Curve Grande. I cannot speak or pronounce Italian, honestly. I've given up on trying to pronounce this. The only word I can say is Ascari. As these two drivers of Adrian and Bertank still fighting. Let's go on board with Adrian. Let's look at these lines going through Ascari. The eyes of an F1 Rapid Racer driver. He kept it cleaner than Bertank, getting the better exit, and he's in the slipstream of him, and it looks like in Parabolica he is going to lower that gap once more. But they're staying right there. Just keeping in that wake. Just staying with it. Opens up DRS once more. Not close enough to make a move, but I have seen crazy things happen here in Monza. Daniel Ricciardo has done a crazy move right there on Kimi Räikkönen. Looks like Adesai has gained 1/1000th of a second going on to Bertank. Big gains, but he got loose. Bertank also got wide going into the gravel. Both of them not having the cleanest turn two, as it looks like Selimaner is gaining on them from behind. So watch out, these two. There is a third player in your game, and his name is Selimaner. Where does Selimaner come from? It suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And it looks like he's making up gains on the Pride of Spain. A little bit of shaky braking from Selimaner. It looks like Adrian is now vulnerable to that, as we have Merrick and Selimaner pitting. Merrick is pitting, and so is Selimaner. And Marcos is also pitting. The Sauce are coming into the pits right now. So you see Marcos getting a front wing change. May have had some contact with another car. We're going to go back to Adesai and Bertank, the battle for third. We see some super soft tires starting to make their way onto the track. The question is, when will Formula Danny pit? When will the leaders pit? That is all up to them. Formula Danny has a 11-second lead. Will he be going to the pits right now? Yes, he is. I timed that to perfection. Let's take a look at the leaders pit. So he's going to the gearbox. Will Gearx answer him? No. Gearx is actually going around the outside on the straight, staying out for those super soft tires, as Formula Danny has almost pulled a hocus pocus, but our camera change was a bit late. See, he's coming into the pits. Burtank's coming into the pits. Also, Adesife's coming into the pits. So we're going to have a pit battle between Red Bull and Mercedes. Who's going to come out first? It's going to be the Red Bull, but Adesife did get out first. I was listening to the engines, and it looks like that is the case. Formula Danny on those super soft tires. We're going to start seeing lap times from him plummet down even farther. We got a battle coming out of the pit lane. It looks like it's going to be Burtank versus some idiot. Some idiot being really quiet this race. But someone not being quiet this race. This is Adesife as he's closing down on some idiot. There's the gap. Tolga gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Adesife hopping over the curbs. We see a lot of gravel kicked up into the sky from, looks like Burtank again. Some idiot in Adesife's way, but Adesife still trying to close it on some idiot. He's going to have DRS open for this. Both of them have DRS open for this. Going into Ascari. Let's take a look at Merrick as he's closing in on Silent Ace. This is the battle for third place as Garrix has entered the pits. Formula Danny has retaken the lead. So you see Garrix coming out of the pits right now. So Merrick sets a new fastest lap of 1:22, 1:12. Oh, almost both of them getting out of the way as Garrix is coming onto tracks. Remember, can't cross the white line. Let's get a time penalty coming out of the pits. And Mazda has a crazy long pit exit. So no moves going into turn 1 as Garrix was rejoining the track. But this is now the battle for second place. Silent Ace on soft tires. Merrick and Garrix on super soft tires. Can Silent Ace hold out from the assault? Go on board with Merrick. Looks like for a move on the outside going into Ascari. Is there going to be a switchback move from him? No, there isn't. This is a three-way fight now. Merrick. It's Merrick, Garrix, and Silent Ace. It's a three-way drag down the back straight going into Parabolica. Garrix sliding in right behind. Silent Ace gets overtaken on the drag strip and is going to be overtaken around the outside from Silent Ace. It's Silent Ace's Garrix. It's Silent Ace's Garrix. Who is it going to be? We have a yellow flag in sector 3. This looks like, oh no, someone was not coming out of the pits right there. I thought they were. But Silent Ace slotting back in there as both those super soft tires running have overtaken Silent Ace and leaving him behind going into Curva Grande. What a wild race. What caused that yellow flag? I didn't want to look away. Other than that, we have Adesife still chasing down some idiot. Why am I looking away from this? This is great. The battle for second of Garrix versus Merrick. Yeah. Both hard on the brakes going into a Ascari, but not hard enough as they're flying through this. Merrick pulling away from Garrix, but Garrix still closing down in that wake as the Pride of Spain gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We're going to look at Selimar. Selimar looking close for a move around Parabolica. Almost side by side. Will there be a switchback opportunity in Parabolica? Selimar goes wide as can be. Looking for that exit. But he's getting blocked by Tolga. He's now looking for the inside move. He's got DRS. There's someone coming out of the pits. That's a Tolga also. They touch wheels going into turn 1. Big lockup from Selimar. Tolga hits him a little bit, but Selimar looks to get that overtake. And yes, he does go into Curva Grande. And back to our regularly scheduled chaos. Versus Garrix and Merrick. Still the fight for second continues between these two. Haas making it, wanting a 1-2 with Merrick, but Garrick's wanting to close in on Monster in the championship. Monster actually sitting in 10th. Not the best race for the Ferrari driver. These two are going at it for second place as Danny has a 16-second lead. Danny, I love you so much, but come on, bro. Sitting in that wake, almost touching it, bump drafting like in NASCAR. But keeping it clean, looking for the right move, a calculated move. Looks like Merrick's going to defend on the inside of Garrick's. Garrick's going to have to make an outside move going into turn 1. That DRS is super effective. But who has the better brakes? I can't believe I said that, but Haas did. It looks like they have a little bit of contact between Garrick's and Merrick. Going to look at Garrick's front wing. I do not see any damages, but he is looking for another move down the inside. Sold him a dummy. Merrick did not take the dummies. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. What has happened to Marcos? That is what happened to Marcos. He has crashed and gone into the wall out of Ascari. He's lost it, and he's not happy about that. Tolga has also left the session. What has happened to Tolga? Well, he's left the session. While all that's going on, Merrick and Garrett are still fighting as they pass the stricken Ferrari. That battle is still going on. Speaking of battles, let's go over to Pride of Spain with Summit coming out of Ascari. They're side by side. They almost bang wheels. Airside's gone into the wall after touching wheels, and he saved it magically. Almost hitting into some idiot. Hard on the brakes. His tires are toast after that. But some idiot and Airsive have gone into the wall. We may have some words after this race between these two, but that was one interesting incident. Between the Mercedes and Force India driver, as Merrick is looking to pull some ground on Garrix. Garrix can't keep up this constant fighting. Merrick defending really well between these two. Let's take a look at our position changes from the start. Our biggest mover is Selimon with 8 places up. Selimon is sitting in 5th place, 8 places up from the start. Good race from Selimon, our current driver of the day. Most improved driver of the day. Our biggest loser is Bergtank, though, sitting 7 places down from when he started, down in 13th place. We see Danny behind him looking to make a lapping. Looking to lap him. We're back with Garrix versus Merrick. All 3 leaders are on the super soft tires. Both these two, Garrix is on the freshest tires out of all 3 of them. Let's go take a look at Monster versus Airsive. Round curve Grande. Monster closing in on the replacement Mercedes driver. Hard on the brakes. A lot of smoke coming out of that Ferrari car as they're going around Lesbel 1. Airsive going a bit wide. And Monster closing in on the Pride of Spain. Opens up DRS going into his Ascari. Will there be a move on the inside? Oh my goodness, there is Monster up the inside saying, I'll take that, as he's entered Ascari and leaving away with it, but not so fast. The Pride of Spain, not known to give up very so easily. There will be a rebound move going into Parabolica. Not yet attempted from Adrian's side, but Monster pulling away very slowly. He has had it as Merrick has made the overtake on Gearx. These two are fighting in Curva Grande. It always happens when I look away. But Merrick fighting back on Gearx. This battle does not seem to be over through Lesmo 2. Now it's Merrick's turn to be attacking. And Gearx's turn to be defending. Who will win? With three laps to go. Well, we all know who's going to win. Formula Data, he's 20 seconds ahead. He actually pit again and still come out in the lead. As Monster gets a 3-second time penalty, that will not help him with his battle between Adesaife, who is 1 second behind him. With all these penalties going up, this is going to be one crazy result. Oh, they're on the brakes as Merrick's chasing out Gearx through the first chicane. The Haas driver trying to chase down the McLaren driver. In his wake around Curva Grande. Will there be a late braking move going into the second chicane? No, there isn't, but a lot of time gained, keeping it very sexy through there. Maximizing all the track, gaining a lot of time going to Lesmo 1. Gearx going a bit wide. Missing the apex, a lot of snap oversteer. Snap understeer. That's new. From the Haas car right there as we coming up on the lapped car. Looks like Gearx does not have DRS coming up on that. What is that? I believe that is Tolga. Yes, it is. Going through Ascari. That does not throw off these two drivers as they are in their everlasting battle to the death, or just to the finish. Merrick closing in on Gearx. Adesaife gets his 3-second time penalty, so Monster is in the clear. Speaking of Monster, he is in a battle with some idiot. With 2 laps to go. Hard on the brakes from Merrick and Gearx. No moves being made. Let's take a look at what Monster's doing. Will there be a move into turn 1 from these two? Monster pushing very hard, gaining tons of times with DRS, but he's looking for a move in turn 1. Sold a dummy and said, nah, I'll keep it safe. Check it out for his second corner. Monster's actually getting really close. We're gonna watch this. Monster looking for another move, getting really squirrely around some idiot. Popping over those curbs. All these tires are at the end of their life. As we've entered as Formula Data has come across the line, and this is the last lap. We're going over to the Merrick. So many battles on the track, I can't keep up with all of them. As some idiot and Monster are battling through a Ascari. Somebody has gone wide, but they are still fighting. They're side by side going down the very back straight. And it looks like Monster has gotten the overtake going through Ascari. Where's Merrick and these two at? They're at the first turn. Gearx is pushing away from Merrick, trying to hold it off, but I don't think he can. The times for Formula Data are falling down just a little bit. He's gonna do donuts again, isn't he? Alright, he's on board with Formula Data as he runs down the back straight for the final time. I'm gonna just get ready for the Merrick battle switch. This goes around Parabolica in victory. Another victory in a row as he wiggles his way through the finish line and takes the win. So we're on board with Merrick and Garrick to on the parabolic. Will there be a move in the final quarter? It doesn't look like, as they're both going to take their podium places in second and third. Garrick's weaving in victory. Silent Ace and Selimonitor battling through Parabolica still. Selimonitor looking to have a last minute dive effort, but doesn't have it. Silent Ace fourth, Selimonitor fifth. Someone who's been pushing up all day, it's Monster finishing in sixth, but with time penalties. Some idiot takes sixth and Monster finishes in seventh as Adesai 15 seconds behind him. Where does Adesai come in? Weaving sees return to Rapid Racers, takes 8th place and points for him. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it will be points for Mercedes as Dave Gaming has taken 9th place. It's the last spot for points with Burnt Tank sitting in there. Burnt Tank taking 10th. The biggest winner today is Selimonitor though, with 8th. Sitting in 8th place in 5th. Congratulations, Selimonitor, but the biggest congratulations has to go to Formula Danny. The celebrating Haas driver celebrates another win in a row. Congratulations to Formula Danny. What a wild race we had. Constant battles throughout. Like so many battles, I couldn't keep track of all of them, but what a crazy race as Formula Danny lifts a hand up in celebration and victory. And he also lifts up the winner's trophy. And it's now time for the champagne. All right, and here are your finishing positions. We have Danny, Garrix. I've already forgot his Merrick, Solid Ace, Selimonitor, Some Idiot, Monster, 85, Day Gaming, and Alvaro in the top 10. Oh, Alvaro. Got it at the very end. We're going to go into the driver's interviews right now, as there's no one here except for Marcaros. Marcaros, how was your race?
Shit. Ruined after turn 1 on lap 2 when Alvaro broke my front wing, so yeah, that kind of put me way back. I then screwed up later in the race and accidentally took out Dave. I locked up all 4 wheels into a Scari, so I apologise about that. After that, I lost it in a Scari a couple laps later. Just ripped off a tyre. I just can't catch a break in this game anymore. It's just fucking ridiculous. It really is.
Oh, Assassin, I was wondering, did you have damage when we were fighting for 11th?
Yep, because Alvaro damaged me.
I figured. I was struggling horribly on the Supersoft. Felt like I couldn't drive it off the corner at all. Just, I don't know. I was just terrible. I was terrible.
All right, well, let's go on over our race winner. Formula Danny, how was your race?
Hello, guys. And again, I think I can put not a lot of comments about it, to be honest, because it was quite an easy race for me. I had a very similar start to Bottas in Austria, I admit that. I just totally let off the clutch as I felt it would be great. Not by my reaction, it was just a random let and the lights were out at that exact same moment, so I already had like 1.5 seconds lead at the race start. And after Garrix was about 7 tenths slower than me in each lap, we did the same strategy, so it means it was about a 20 seconds win for me in total, which I am very happy about, and I have nothing
All right,
more to
yeah,
say,
you had
I guess,
it pretty easy, 20 seconds to the lead. But not about that. Great race from you, like always. And we have words from Alan T going into Adrian Seif, his replacement. Getting points, nice race. Also, Aegisif, welcome back to the lead. How was your race? Congrats on points.
My race was better than I expected. I had a better pace than I expected. Very weird start because a lot of cars overtook me and then I overtook a lot of cars. I had a fight with some idiot and I made a mistake and with touch and I lose a lot of time, but nothing happened, luckily. And I expected to be in last position and I finished 8th, so it's a good result for me.
Well, glad to have you back, even though it's probably for one or more races, but you did get points for Mercedes after Foten's incident in turn 1, which I completely forgot about until right now. Let's go to Alvaro. Alvaro, how was your race?
Well, it was relaxed at least, but not a lot to talk really because I did nothing. But yeah, relaxed race, but very disappointing because everything went wrong for me, but nothing I can do now.
All right. Let's go to Ava. How was your race?
Crap. Rubbish. That's all.
All right. Bertank, you were in a lot of battles today. How was your race?
Yeah, I think it was good up to 20th or 20th lap, and I had a contact with Tolga. I think he had a connection issue, so I lost my front wing and I had to stop and change my front wing.
Yeah, I saw that front wing change. I was wondering what happened. What happened to there? Can you give us a little insight on that? Can you give us a little insight on your front wing change? How did that happen?
I think Tolga had a connection issue and he wasn't driving the car, so we had a contact at the exit of the corner.
All right.
And I lost my front wing.
Let's go over to Dave. Dave, how was your race today?
Well, could have been better. I had several contacts here and there. I already read the chat, and Gemüse Monster complained about my driving, but I can give that back to him. There was often situations where he tried to dive me from 20-30 meters behind me, and there was another contact with the other Ferrari. I forgot his name. I have to check that out later, but could have been better. Let's hope for the next.
Let's go over to Monster. Monster, how was your race? You were pushing up later in the race, so can you walk us through that?
Well, the start was shit. I was behind someone who
I believe
spun
that
4.5
was
way.
Gearx.
Couldn't do anything. Yeah, something. I was after T2. I was P10, I think, and then I had some shady encounters with Salamona and Dave Gaming.
All right. Let's go over to Tolga, aka Mr. Phaser. Didn't have any phasing today. How was your race?
The initial start was really good. The race was really good after that as well. I was going clear P5 for a long time. But then when Assassin left, I guess it's a game bug because I never encountered it before. When he left, my literally game froze for like straight 10 seconds. And when it came back, it gave me 5-second stop-go penalty, and then it kicked me out of the lobby after one turn. And well, since the lobby is invite only, I wasn't able to join back, and that's another list to. No, that's another add on to the lists of the tracks that I actually feel confident, but always something happens to me.
Toro Rosso
shit
Garage
race.
is still haunted by those aliens in Hungary.
Not that much, I don't think so. I wish I was phasing again so that I can save myself from another position. I'm sorry to back count as well because it literally was out of my hands. I didn't even knew that I broke my wing. I broke his wing, sorry. But I wasn't in the control of the car at that point. I was literally frozen on the
Well, let's
track.
go to Selimander. Selimander, how's your race?
Well, actually, I couldn't set any lap in qualifying. I got invalidated lap twice, so I started P13. I wasn't expecting so much, but yeah, that start. I got P7 after the turn 1, I guess, and then just tried to keep my head down and looking for the points. Then at the end of the second stint, I catch up with Silent Ace, yes, Silent Ace, and I went for it at Ascari, last lap, but just couldn't do it. And I had 3-second time penalty.
All right.
There was no chance.
Well, let's go over to Silent Ace. He's been having a wild race, spent a few times up front, had a little bit of battles. Silent, how was your race?
Super eventful. Like, I wasn't expecting at turn 1 to be so much stuff happening, but managed to catch the incidents. I saw T-Bone happening pretty much, and I was like, I'm gonna go around, and I caught it right in time. Tried my best to hold up, and I was hoping maybe I could keep P3, but after I saw Garrick's and I saw Merrick, they had just crazy pace and they had an inverted strategy, so I had no chance, but I tried my best, and overall I can't be happier right now.
Let's go to everyone's favorite driver. How are you feeling?
That is about the worst possible race you can have and still get 6th place. I personally wasn't the car, wasn't anything about the car. It was me. I was just so shit today. I can't believe how bad I was on the super softs. Can't believe some of the luck I had, but I mean, I was still shit. Just me personally, I drove terribly on the super softs. Just was piss slow. Fuck. How do I start? Like, got a horrible launch. Almost wrecked the car trying to catch it. Ava, if you're still in the chat, I'm sorry I blocked you so hard, but I had to hold the inside. I wasn't gonna go 3 wide into T1 like that. But I saw the incident happen. I saw everybody was checking up a ton. So I tried to go around the outside. I got pushed into the gravel by somebody, but it wasn't on purpose. It was all racing instant. Everybody trying to avoid the carnage. Got cycled into P12 from all of that. I actually caught Salamander and Monster, but when I caught them, they both red X'd right in the middle of Ascari, and I had to try to overtake their ghost cars, who just teleported 3 seconds in front of me. So I undid all the work because I had to basically drive around the outside of both of these red X'd cars in the middle of Ascari, and it's like you lose a ton of time in doing that, and then I couldn't get the car to drive off corner exit. So Assassin with damage, he actually caught me. He did a damn good job of catching me, even with the damage he had. And I just drove terribly on the super softs. And thankfully, I pit early, went to the soft, got a huge undercut, had some really fortunate luck for multiple people that have issues, and I had a decent pace on the soft. I think my pace was just as good as Silent Ace, my teammate, and he was driving up in P3 and P4. He did an excellent job in doing that, but I just screwed myself over by driving so horribly on the super soft. Got really fortunate with Burkut and Tolga. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought I was fighting for 8th with Adri. Adri was faster than me, and we had our incident. I almost got left hooked into the wall on a straight, which I'm kind of PO'd about. But I'm going to talk with him about that later. And then Monster, you caught me. I really thought that you're gonna get P6 off of me. I mean, I just had nothing left and you were faster, so all I could really do was just try to defend with what little I had. But otherwise, I'm very fortunate I got P6. I don't deserve points today.
All right.
I don't.
That was freaking long as hell, dude. You'll enjoy the stream.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming. We'll see you next. We'll have a week break in between the next race, and we'll be racing at my home race, Circuit of the Americas. We'll see you there on the 4th of August. I have a birthday right after that, so peace out, everybody. We hope you have a great time, and good night.
I'll enjoy looking at the stream after this. I gotta see what meme you put in there.